in Greece. Thank you. I'm very sorry that I cannot be with you today. The reason that I'm not here today is exactly the same reason that this convention is taking place. These days we are in talk with the management of the company where we work, which is the public power company, about a new cut in the wages that the government has imposed. At the same time, the government expressed its intentions to sell coal-powered substations, which is something that is particularly negative for us and the 21,000 people who work in that company, because it will mean that we'll lose our wages. It will lead to job losses and to price increases in the electricity. For us who believe that electricity is a commodity of public utility which should be enjoyed by everyone at affordable prices, this is unacceptable. As you know, Greek people have found themselves the last couple of years under the heel of cutbacks. Greek working people, during this time, Greek working people have been faced with a radical decrease in their wages and income, and they have lost some very basic employment rights. Unfortunately, this situation is getting worse for people at work. Unemployment has reached 1 million people, and there are further cuts in healthcare. And at the same time, people are losing part of their income because of higher prices and because of new taxation. These measures are not only unjust, but they are also ineffective in bringing about economic recovery. And they are leading us to pauperization. I'm afraid that Greece has become a guinea pig against the backdrop of a storm that is going to be unleashed in other European countries. For the 21,500 employees in the power company, these last 2 years have meant a massive loss in their wages. In 2010, the money that we lost from our wages amounted to 280 million euros, which affected adversely the planning, the individual plans that people had made and the life of their families. With our struggles, we managed that this money were transferred to the national insurance institutions. This money wasn't going to go to the state. This money was going to go to the pockets of financiers and bankers. Our wages were reduced significantly. However, we managed that a part of these losses went for medical care and for pensions. In 2011 alone, we had 16 days of strike action. We did several things. One of them was to occupy factories and to occupy government ministries. We occupied the Ministry of Health and we occupied the Ministry of Infrastructure. We cut the electricity in the Ministry of Health in order to show and to demonstrate our position against the government's taxation.
Όπου κόψαμε το ρεύμα, γιατί η θέση μας είναι ότι το ηλεκτρικό ρεύμα είναι δημόσιο κοινωνικό αγαθό και πρέπει...
And if the tax is not paid, the electricity will be cut. So our position is that electricity is a public commodity, is a public utility, and all people must have got access to it. We have said that we will prevent the electricity to be cut from in the houses of poor people and to pensioners with low income. We cut the electricity at the Ministry of Health because it owes the public energy company 3.8 million euros. And because this is unacceptable at the time where the state owes the power company 3.8 million euros, it owes 141 million euros, to make the power company to cut the electricity in hundreds of thousands of people. This action that we took started when this new tax was announced in mid-September. It has got results. Many councils, many local councils have pledged that they will provide legal support to those who cannot afford to pay. And the leader of the opposition demanded that the electricity should not be cut to those who can prove that they cannot afford to pay.
Σηκώνω την γροθιά μου και σας εύχομαι καλό αγώνα μέσα από την καρδιά μου για την απεργία που ετοιμάζεται στις 30 Νοεμβρίου.
I raise my fist and I wish you with all my heart a good struggle for the strike you are preparing for the 30th of November. Brothers and sisters, working people in my country and around Europe and all around the world find themselves in the worst position in the last 60 years as regards the level of wages and purchase power. At the same time, basic employment rights, which are built within democracy, are sacrificed in the name of resolving the crisis. It's a crisis that is not caused by working people, but working people are asked to pay for it. Those who created the crisis, the bankers and the financiers, remain unpunished, having the support of governments and of institutions. We cannot stay idle. We cannot allow unaccountable speculators to play games with our lives and with the future of our children. We have got power, and our power is far greater when we are united. Against the barbarity of the markets, we'll show collective action, we'll show solidarity, but also common action. Not wishes and intentions, but real common action. We need to have a serious preparation, strategy and demands. Against government policies, we must have political positions and proposals, such as to tax financial transactions. We must not forget that democracies are built on a fundamental principle, that is the will of the people. We do not elect bankers, we elect politicians, and what is happening today shows the extent of the democratic deficit that exists. We must not forget that we, the working people, are the main factors in the process of social transformation. It's because of the action of working people that we have individual rights and an extended democracy. It will be a catastrophic mistake for our societies if we abandon these achievements, this legacy.
Are we filming this? Because if we are, I wonder if we could send a copy to Dave Prentice and say this is what a trade union leader looks like. When me just be brief.